How's it going, guys? This is another Zoo Snips on graphing on a coordinate plane. So what you got to understand that on a coordinate plane you have what's called the origin and the center right here, and then we have quadrants. So quadrants sounds like cuadros, right? Like squares. So here we have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, 3, and 4. So what you want to understand about quadrants is that it goes counterclockwise. So it starts right here and it goes to the left like this, counterclockwise. A clock, normally a clock would go to the right this way. However, when we look at the coordinate plane, it goes counterclockwise. And reason for that is because the guy that invented it was actually left-handed, so he saw everything like backwards, and somebody that's right-handed, so that's why this goes counterclockwise. So we have quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Now if you notice, you're going to see positive numbers right here on the x-axis. These are positive integers. Here we have positive integers. So think of anything that goes to the right or up is going to be positive, right? You notice to the left on the x-axis you have negative integers, and then down on the axis, on the y-axis, you have negative integers. So anytime you go left or down, you want to think of that as negative. So how is it that we plot on a coordinate plane? Well, quadrant 1 is located, we always start at the origin when we graph a point. So if I want to find a point somewhere over here, I first would have to move to the right on the x-axis. Remember that this is your x. If I go to the right, it's going to be a positive number. Then I would have to go up next. If I go up, well, anytime I go up, that's my y-axis right there. So my numbers in quadrant 1 would end up being positive. But remember, you always got to give me the x first and then the y, okay? Quadrant 2, remember we start in the origin. So if I'm going to find anything here, I need to go to the left first, right? But if I go to the left, these are negative integers. So when I go to the left on the x, it's going to be a negative. So my first number is going to be negative. But then I have to go up. Well, if I'm going up, it's positive, right? These are positives. So the ordered pair that you're going to find right here is going to be a negative and then a positive. And that's how it goes. So down here, quadrant 3, when you start at the origin, you're going to have to go left, and then you're going to have to go down. Well, if you go left, these are all negative numbers, right? So it's going to be a negative number. Then I'm going to have to go down. Well, if you notice, these are all negative numbers as well, right? So it kind of looks like a sleeping man right here, right? Negative, negative. Anything over here in quadrant 4, you're going to start right here. You would have to first go to the right, so that's a positive. But then you're going to have to go down, and anytime you go down, remember that these are negatives. So these just represent how your numbers are going to look. Are they going to be positives or negatives? So now let's go ahead and put it into practice. Alright, so we're going to find the ordered pairs of each letter. So we're going to start off here with A. So first things first, we're going to start right here at the origin. The next thing is I want to spot where the letter A is. Here it is. So remember, when you're doing ordered pairs, you first want to move to the sides, and then you go up and down. Alright, so I'm going to start at the origin right here. In order to get to point A, you are not going to go to the right and you're not going to go to the left. you're actually moving 0 spaces. So your first number is going to be a 0. To get to the A, I do need to go up, right? I need to go up 3 units. And it's a positive because you went up. So that's the ordered pair for A. All right, let's look at the next one. B. So B is located in quadrant, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so it's located in quadrant 4. So remember that one of the numbers will be positive, one of them will be negative. Remember, you always start at the origin. The first move is to go to the side. If you want to get to the B, you have to go to the right. Well, when you go to the right, these are all positive numbers, right? So your first number will be a positive. Well, how much am I going to have to go to the right? To get to this point right here, I'm going to have to go 1, 2. Once I get to the 2, I need to go down, right? So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. But because I went down, these are negatives. -4. Now, is there a strategy that you can do to make this a little bit easier? Yeah, there is. So some students like to do this. They like to connect a line like this. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to make sure that when you do that, you start at the origin. You first go to the side. I had to go to the right to 2 units. And this line makes it easier because you know that it stopped at the 2. So you put the 2. Then from here, I know that the other one I had to go down, -4. So instead of having to count, you can just go down like that. Oh, it's at -4. It just shows you where the numbers are located. Okay? All right, so let's go another one. C. C is located in quadrant 1. Now, you look at letter A. Letter A was not on a coordinate. It was only on the y-axis. Okay, so C. It's in quadrant 1, so that means both numbers are positive. You start at the origin. And to get to this point, I need to go to the right 2 units. So you go to the right 2 units. And then how much do you need to go up? 4 units. All right. So what you can do next is you can pause, try to do the rest of them on your own, and then push play if you want and see if we get the same answer if you think you're good to go. If not, then just go ahead and continue following along. So the next one is going to be D. Where does point D fall on? What's the quadrant that D is in? And it's in quadrant 3, right here. Okay, we're going to start at the origin, right here. In order to get to this point, I need to go to the left, right? How much are you going to go to the left? 1, 2 units to the left. But remember, you went to the left, so these are negatives. So that one is going to be -2. And then, well, you have to go down, right, to get to it. And anytime you go down, it's a negative. So you're going to come down 1, 2, 3, 4 units. And remember, anything that falls in quadrant 3, you're going to have 2 negatives. And both of these are negatives right there. Okay? All right, let's look at E. So the question is, does E fall on a quadrant? Hopefully you said, no, it's not on a quadrant. It is on an axis. So the question is, which axis do you find the letter E? Is it on your y-axis or on the x-axis? Hopefully you said that E falls right here on your x-axis. Okay, that's where it falls. So we start at the origin. And in order to get to E, you have to go to the left, right? Anything to the left is positive or negative. It should be negative. So we're going to put -3. Now, Once you get to -3 to that point, do you have to go up or down to get to the point? No, right? You're already there. So -3, 0 is going to be E right there. All right, so the next one is F. Right here. We start at the origin. Your first move is to go to the sides on the X, right? So do I go to the right or to the left to get to the F? No, you're not going to go to the right or left, right? So you're going to put 0. You're going to go up or down to get to the F. Now go down, right? 1, 2, 3. So you're going to put -3. Okay? All right, so the next letter is G. There's another example of a point that's not on the quadrant. It is located on the X axis, right? So, to get G, we start at the origin, and you got to go to the sides first. Are you going to go positive or negative? Hopefully you said positive. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, positive 3. Are you going to go up or down to get to point G, and that's going to be no. You put 0. Okay? All right, so the next one we're looking at here is H. Here's H. H is located in quadrant 2. So we're going to start at the origin right here. You're going to go to the left. So you're going to put 1, 2, -2. And then you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, positive 4. Okay? All right, so on the next ones, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and give you the answers. For I, it's going to be this one right here. In quadrant 1, that one is located at 4, 3. Again, if you want to pause and then just watch it after I'm done, you can do that as well. For J, J is located right here in quadrant 2. You start at the origin, it's going to be -1, positive 1. For letter K, that's going to be right here in quadrant 4. You start at the origin, you're going to go to the right 3, and then you're going to go down 3. So it's going to be 3, -3. And the last one that we have here is going to be L. Located in quadrant 3. You start at the origin, you're going to go to the left 4, which is -4, and then you're going to go down 4, so another -4. So this one is -4, -4. Okay guys, so this right here is graphing points on a coordinate plane.